Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, and anyone who enjoys a good old-fashioned bidding war that makes no sense, welcome. We're here to talk about the summer's most ridiculous transfer saga, one that pits a punch-drunk Newcastle against a cash-strapped Manchester United. It's a battle for the most precious resource in modern football, a striker. The prize? The one and only Benjamin Sesko. Apparently both teams really wanted this guy. Newcastle tabled a ridiculous offer of €75 million, then raised it to €80 million, and finally to €82.5 million. That's not a negotiation. That's a man trying to buy a used car and just keeps throwing money at the dealer. But then Manchester United, who've spent a small country's GDP on other players this summer, made a bid of their own worth €75 million, plus €10 million. And you know what? Sesko wants to join them. He's choosing United over a higher fee in Champions League football. It's like picking a rusty Ford Pinto over a brand new Ferrari. The heart wants what it wants, I guess. 1. The Sesko Swerve. A sledgehammer for a steal. So why is Sesko, the Slovenian sledgehammer, choosing Manchester United? It's a mystery. He's a 22-year-old striker who scored 21 goals in all competitions for RB Leipzig last season. He's tall, he's fast, and he's been compared to Erling Hojlund. So he's basically a bigger, slightly less polished version of one of the world's best strikers. And United wants him. They've been watching him since he was 16, so this isn't a new crush. It's a long-standing, slightly obsessive love affair. United's new manager, Ruben Amorim, also admired Ollie Watkins and was interested in Liam Delap, but both of those deals fell through. Delap went to Chelsea, of course he did. Watkins was too expensive. So Amorim is getting his third or fourth choice striker, but he's getting him, and he's a sledgehammer of a striker who combines straight-line speed, powerful finishing, and sheer bloody-mindedness. He's a forward that center-backs hate playing against, which is a great quality. Now we just have to hope his above-shoulders temperament can handle the scrutiny of life at Old Trafford, which, let's be honest, is a coin toss at best. Newcastle was willing to pay a higher fee and give him Champions League football, but Sesko said, "Nah, I'll take the lower fee in the Europa League. It's more my style." What a choice. Sesko's shot map from last season shows a striker who is happy to go for goal wherever and whenever. That's less a tactical strategy and more of a wild-eyed, chaotic approach to scoring goals. United has now spent close to £200 million on new players this summer. They're basically using their transfer budget like it's a game of Monopoly, but they're still stuck in the Europa League. Amorim is getting an entirely new front three, so at least he can't be blamed for not having the right players. He's got his hands tied with brand new, very expensive toys. Sesko has plenty of the raw materials to reach Haaland's level, so he's basically a very expensive piece of Scandinavian IKEA furniture that might or might not look like Haaland in the end. 2. The Hojlund question and Newcastle's summer of sadness. Sesko's arrival, of course, brings Rasmus Hojlund's future into focus. The man who cost United more than twice the rumored fee of Sesko is now reportedly available for £30 million. So, they're selling a player they bought for a huge amount of money for a massive loss. This is not a good business strategy, it's just a sad one. Hojlund and Joshua Zirkzee contributed just 7 goals last season, so at least Amorim won't have to deal with that particular problem again. And then there's Newcastle. Oh, Newcastle. They are punch-drunk and reeling. In a summer of rejections, they have now missed out on Sesko, joining a deafening list of misses that includes Mbeumo Delap, João Pedro, James Trafford, and Hugo Ekitike. To miss out on so many feels less like bad luck and more like a failure of preparation or execution. With no sporting director or chief executive, this is a failure of leadership. All roads lead back to Saudi Arabia and the club's ultimate owners, who are probably wondering why their money isn't working. United is ready to consider offers for Hojlund for £30 million. It's like buying a brand new car, driving it for a year, and then trying to sell it for half the price. What a deal. Hojlund and Zirkzee's 7 goals last season is not a tally, it's an apology. At least Amorim won't have to deal with that particular problem again. Newcastle's summer of rejections is like being stood up on every single date. It happens to everyone, but not this many times. It's getting embarrassing. To be in this position after a truly transformational season is inexcusable. The transformation, it seems, was from good teams to team that everyone says no to. Newcastle is now teetering on a precipice. It's a sad state of affairs for a club that was supposed to be the new force in the Premier League. Maybe next year.